Bruce didn't want to hear anything. I couldn't, I tried to say, bro, she was contractually obligated. It was a year ago. What does that have to do with now? If we can, start her with a new career here, that'll be the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
The Chyna documentary. So Vince and I, we went into a lot on a separate show because I really wanted to spend more time going with this from a really extended standpoint with Vince, because they were so close and work with each other. But at the same time, I am interested in your take and your thoughts. EC3. Now, I know she worked in TNA. Vince, did you work with her in TNA when she was in the feud with when she was teaming up with Kurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm interested in this. Let's go this angle, because I never really. I mean, a lot of people talk about the ins and outs and the stuff that happened in their time with WWE. But I'm really interested in her time in TNA. And Vince, you worked with her in TNA. Was that kind of like an opportunity for her to realize that, she hasn't lost it, she's still valued? What was that time in her life, and how was it working with her, and what was the purpose of bringing her back in that capacity?
Bro, I don't even know if this story has ever been told, or I don't even know if this story is even out there. I really don't. But here's what happened, bro. I took a total shot in the dark because I didn't think she wanted to ever have anything to do with wrestling again. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to call her and I'm just going to ask her, right? So, bro, I took a shot in the dark. And she was interested in doing something. And of course, I'm ecstatic. I'm absolutely ecstatic. So, I passed her over to Dixie. And, Bruce was working talent relations at the time. Now, bro, I have to tell you this. She came into Nashville to meet with us prior. I got to tell you, Chris, and I never, ever looked at her this way before when I was working with her all those years at TNA. Bro, when she came back to TNA and we met at a restaurant, it was the first time I had seen her in years. Bro, she was stunningly beautiful. I mean, I could not believe her presentation. I mean, perfect. Body, perfect. Hair, perfect. Makeup, perfect. Healthy. Looked like $1 million freaking bucks. So, of course, bro, you want to bring her in. You want to put her in the right spot. Who's better than Kurt? You know what I'm saying? I mean, absolutely 1,000%.
Yeah.
So, we do the thing, bro. We do the whole thing. It worked out well. We're trying to negotiate with her to do something more long term. Well, bro, I don't know how he found out, but he probably found out through her. She had another adult film coming out that she had already, it was already done. It was already in the can. She had, she was contracted, to do it. This is before any of the TNA stuff happened. Mm-hmm. But now it was coming out. And that was it. That was it. Bruce didn't want to hear anything. I couldn't, I tried to say, bro, she was contractually obligated. It was a year ago. What does that have to do with now? If we can, start her with a new career here, that'll be the end of that. Mm-hmm. That was it. That was it, bro. And that's why that run came to an end.
And that was very, very brief.
I think it was one appearance.
Yeah, it was
2011.
Yeah, it was 11. Yeah. It was less than a year. Yeah, it was one appearance. I mean, they hyped her up,
Yeah, of
and then it was
course.
the appearance, and that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. Um, so Bruce didn't have he didn't want anything have anything to do with her after that. Now, how long did Bruce stay there before he went back to WWE?
And he wasn't there that long, bro. Maybe a year,
Mm.
maybe two.
Because I'm wondering, like, what was it like when Bruce, when she was not there because of Bruce, like when he left, why wasn't there another opportunity to bring her back?
Bro, I tried to get her in Lucha Underground, and they laughed at it. You know what I mean?
Really?
I mean, I'm
Why?
like, wait a minute. First of all, bro, she speaks fluent, beautiful Spanish, beautifully, bro. I mean, she would have been perfect for that. But again, bro, just what things she had done in the past, bro. People are not. EC3, tell me if you agree with this or disagree with this. People in wrestling are not very forgiving. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about like if you've done anything questionable, you could sue Vince. Suing Vince is different than being in an adult film. If you sue Vince, you can come back. Bro, but if you did that adult, it's there's a lot of double standard, bro.
So, sometimes that impression you make is the one that lasts over you, and nothing you can do can get you past it. And which is so unfortunate, because obviously there were hard times, there were dark times that caused her to maybe go that route, to like come out of that clean, healthy, happy, ready to work, and then that to be thrown back on you, that there's nothing you can do about what happened in the past, and you cannot get past that past.
Yep.
What are you supposed to do besides regressively fall into an even darker time? Like, it sucks.
Yeah, especially it seems like she was dealing but it doesn't seem like her sister even said it. In the documentary, she was dealing with rejection for so long growing up, and then that being untreated. And there's so many signs that there was some mental health struggles, growing up, and it just continues to get worse and worse if it's untreated from a psychological standpoint. And then she gets rejected by the WWE, and then she gets rejected by TNA, and then she gets rejected by Lucha. I mean, it's just like those constant rejections. I don't care how old you are. If you're dealing with those constant rejections on top of feeling abandoned and left out and not affirmed, and just a broken, spirit inside, and wanting that affirmation, it doesn't matter how old you are. That's when you go into escapism, and that's when you do things like alcohol and booze and a whole bunch of stuff to try to escape from that craving of acceptance. And it seems like when you have those, for Chyna, that rejection that she had with those big stages and those big names, no, we're not going to give you the same amount of pay, although you're, drawing just as much. No, we're not going to, renew your contract. No, we're not going to, there's a revival of TNA, of her having an opportunity of, she wanted to be a wrestler. She wanted to be a wrestler for a long time. And to get rejected by the WWE, and then, over 10 years later, okay, here's a second win. Here's another opportunity to feel accepted by the wrestling community, just to once again get pushed away. That takes a toll on you emotionally. It really, really takes a toll on you, especially again when it's untreated, and she didn't have the opportunity, or she really didn't take the initiative to deal with those things. It don't matter how much fame you have, man. We see that with celebrities all the time. It don't matter how much fame you have. If there's an untreated, emotional, unstable brokenness in you, there's no amount of likes or retweets or applause that's going to deal with that, man. And it's sad to see that with her, for sure.
Yeah. I tell a lot of aspiring wrestlers too, like, they're so bad. This is all I want. This is my dream. I'll do anything to do this. And like, I get it. And I feel the same way. But it is so crucial and imperative for you to have something outside of this, like a circle, group of friends, family, just something you can have that is accepting of you, that you can fall back into, that you're not constantly thinking about what's happening here. Because when it's great, it's the best. But when it's bad, it's the worst.
Yeah, absolutely, man.